So I do want to make one last video about this game, and especially when it comes to how Real Madrid approached this game alongside with the refs. I just can't take it. I have to talk about this just one more time. My body's asking for it, and I promise this is going to be a short one because I know that you guys don't like 20-minute plus videos. So I'm gonna try and be as brief as possible. But here's the thing, obviously we talked about this multiple times. Real Madrid have had a lot of calls in their favor. For example, Fermin Lopez supposedly fouled who was it, Valverde, where it led towards a 5-3, and if anything, Valverde kicked the foot of Fermin Lopez, and it was supposed to be a foul on Fermin Lopez, but he persevered. He fought as he should because he's a warrior. He's one of the best midfielders for FC Barcelona, for sure the best midfielder if you were to compare him to other Real Madrid midfielders. Fermin Lopez is over those other midfielders, whatever the hell that they have. Real Madrid midfielders can't even compete with what Fermin Lopez brings to the pitch. So that's the first thing. Point number two, there were some other things about Kylian Mbappé being offside. There were some things about the handball of the Chouameni. There was many things. We've seen all of that. We have seen all of this atrocious refereeing, biased refereeing, embarrassing refereeing. I have no explanation on why the refs would try to favor Real Madrid at this point. I mean, obviously, maybe it could be because they're Real Madrid fans, but let's talk about something else. What if they're not Real Madrid fans? What if they're just scared? What if there's just intimidation? What if the referees feel intimidated by trying to make those big calls against Real Madrid? Because the referees, for some reason, when I see them on the pitch and they're refereeing this Clásico, in the past 4 Clásicos, okay, if you look at their attitude, you look at their persona, they look afraid. They look afraid to make fair calls like penalties against powerful clubs like Real Madrid. So I don't know if it has something to do with that, the pressure from certain clubs, right? The fact that Real Madrid can easily influence the media to go up against the referee and make the referee look bad, like how that one ref a few days ago was crying and saying that it's embarrassing for me to go to school and take my boy to school, and he's calling me a thief and whatever. And he was crying because Real Madrid like to shame these refs. They like to shame these refs, publicly humiliate them on Real Madrid TV. So maybe it's referee intimidation. Maybe they're not Madrid fans. Maybe it's simply because Real Madrid control the media. They control these false narratives, and that's it. I honestly think that there's a degree of Real Madrid controlling the narrative, controlling the media, and that's just it. They try to change the public perception of Real Madrid. They try to have this biased narrative talk that does help Real Madrid. For example, bro, I literally just saw this statement that came out on social media, on multiple social media channels, on X and on Instagram, that stated Kylian Mbappé was just awarded as the best French player that played abroad immediately right after Real Madrid lost against Barcelona, and that is only because they wanted to save public humiliation. They wanted to save that. They did not want to have that go up against them, which is why they had to immediately say Kylian Mbappé has just won this award just after Real Madrid lost to FC Barcelona 4-3. What has not been talked about is that Real Madrid spent 150 million euros on this player, and they have gotten even worse this season. They have gotten even worse this season by spending 150 million euros in the attack. And the first thing that they want to put out after they have just lost against FC Barcelona and are 7 points below first place is Kylian Mbappé receives this award. It's disgusting. So I do think that there's a degree of that, and I think that us as Barcelona fans, and just maybe other fans in general, maybe Dortmund fans, maybe who else? Arsenal fans, maybe Bayern fans, maybe Inter Milan fans, maybe AC Milan fans, maybe we should all take responsibility and really try to look at what's going on in this league, because everybody understands that Real Madrid like to cheat their way to titles. And this is not the first time. It has been like this for a very long time. Let me really think about this. Really have some deep analysis on this whole scenario. Do you guys remember? Okay, now I'm actually thinking about this live. Do you guys remember Kylian Mbappé almost breaking the leg of one of the players against Alaves, which was 5 games ago? Okay, 5 league or Spanish games ago. He almost broke the leg of the opposition. That should have been a 5-match ban, as we all discussed. I know that does seem like a lot, but if you're going to have somebody like Correa receive a 5-match ban because he insulted the referee, I believe that goes on par with what Kylian Mbappé did to that one player by almost breaking taken his leg. It was literally assault. It was literally almost murder against that player, and that player could have gotten his career ended by Kylian Mbappé breaking the leg. So that should have been a 5-match ban. But the RFEF, La Liga, and all these other people, anybody, the refs, they did not want to give Kylian Mbappé a 5-match ban, because what does that mean? What did it mean at that time if they were to give Kylian Mbappé a 5-match ban? That would have meant, right, that he would have never made it to the game against FC Barcelona. Do you guys realize that? Do you guys realize that if they gave Kylian Mbappé a 5-match ban, he would have missed the match against Athletic Club, against Getafe, that's 2, against Real Madrid, against FC Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final, against Celta Vigo, and against FC Barcelona again, which is in the Clásico, where he scored 3 goals today. He scored 3 goals today. He was never supposed to score these 3 goals against FC Barcelona, because he was never supposed to be here in the first place. And these people, they knew that they should not give Mbappe a 5-match ban, because he was not going to make it to the Clásico. That is how they move. They think about these things. They think about this critically. So if they think about these things critically and they really observe and analyze this situation, we have to do the same thing too, because we start to see their agenda. We start to see through the lens and how they see football. We're seeing what they want to do. And what they want is to help Real Madrid as much as possible, give Madrid as much relaxation as possible, have a lot of calls in favor of them. And that's just how it is. And so here's the thing. And here's going to be the main reason why I'm making this video. But look, us fans and Barcelona are not going to be able to stop this, because this is not the first time where we have seen calls being unfairly go up against us. This is not going to be the first time, and this is not going to be the last time. We're going to go into the next season competing for the Champions League, competing for La Liga, competing for the Copa del Rey, competing for the Spanish Super Cup, with Real Madrid always getting favored for every call, having the refs very biased for Real Madrid to uplift them. This will happen next season, which is the reason why it does anger me, because even though, yes, like we won, okay, fine, we won 4-3, we might win La Liga, this is not going to be the end. This will continue to persevere going into the next season, and you better bet, and you better watch Real Madrid go up against these other teams in the Club World Cup. You better bet that whole tournament is suited up for Real Madrid to win the whole thing, the whole goddamn thing. Trent is going to be there. They're going to try and get Trent into the Real Madrid team as fast as possible, because they know that Real Madrid are missing a lot of fullbacks, and so what they're going to do is bring Trent into that team as fast as possible. No, it does not matter. Bring him in. It doesn't matter if it fits the wage bill. It does not matter if he represented Liverpool in this past Premier League season, even because the Club World Cup is considered to be in the exact same 2024-2025 season. It does not matter. Those rules are off. They're going to want to bring in Trent to Real Madrid. They're going to want to help Real Madrid and have them win the whole thing. So they're going to continue to help Real Madrid in that tournament in the next season. And what does that mean for us? What does that mean for FC Barcelona? And I believe that FC Barcelona, the only thing that they have to do moving forward is to just focus on themselves, because they're not going to be able to change this. Okay, as much as it hurts us right now, they're not going to be able to change this. That's not how it's going to happen. FC Barcelona are going to have to really persevere sportingly, get better sportingly, sign the right players, focus in the attack, focus on defense, get better on defense, especially because we conceded a lot of goals in the past 5 matches. So FC Barcelona, if anything, they have to persevere, get better sportingly, and just focus on themselves and nothing more, because we cannot change the ref's mind. We cannot change Real Madrid. We cannot change the VAR. We cannot change nobody. Javier Tebas, Florentino Perez, that's all out of our control. And so the best solution to this is for FC Barcelona to get better sportingly, to attack better, to sign the best players that we can possible. Hopefully Javier Tebas allows us, and that's it. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.